Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the X Factor Daily NBA show. Riding solo today, no big deal. Only three games on last night, so an easy night to break down. But before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got a ton of videos coming your way. We had the weekly pod drop this week. We had a most tradable names video drop this week. We have an OKC/Shea inspired video coming out either today or tomorrow, so be sure to check that out. And with a lot of trade rumors coming around the NBA now, we got a lot of content able to be coming your way. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell some friends. Let's get this thing rolling. The Brooklyn Nets came out on top 109 to 107 in Portland last night over the Trailblazers. This was a fun game to watch. I watched this in bed last night. It was a fun game for the Trailblazers. Shaden Sharp came off the bench and had 20 points. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, shot 7 of 9 from the field, 4 or 5 from three. Starting to look really, really good. I really enjoy watching his game when he's able to play big minutes like this. He played 21 minutes for them last night. Nobody else off the bench scored more than 4 points. I think this Trailblazers team could use some depth on the bench, and I think they could be a fun trade team, during this trade season. Anthony Simons had 24. Damian Lillard had 25 and 11 assists. Jimmy Grant really struggled last night. He had 2 of 13 from the field. Um, when I was watching this game, they've really made Jeremy Grant work for everything. KD actually did a very good job on him. And he obviously, as you can tell, did not have a very good night. Kevin Durant had 35, 8, and 3. He had 13 and 22 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. Royce O'Neal with a triple double. He had 11, 10, and 11. Joe Harris had 15, shot 4 of 8 from the field, or from the 3-point line, excuse me. I thought he looked really good. I'm glad because, his name's been brought up in some trade rumors, and I hope he, can play well and play his way into a solid roster because I do think Joe Harris has a lot to contribute in the league. Yuta Watanabe had 20 and 7 off the bench, 5 of 7 from the field, 5 of 7 from three. He is in the top like 5% from three this year in the entire league. If he can continue to play like that, this is great for Brooklyn. They might not need to blow up like I thought. But I'd still think we're on the verge of seeing them blow up. Ben Simmons had 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 of 6 from the field, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. I'm not going to be negative, because feel like everybody's really hard on Ben, but it's good to see, him finally start to play well. Almost with a triple double last night, shot perfect from the full floor. I hope this is the sign of a positive start to something new for him. Hopefully he can keep it up because if so, this Brooklyn team might be not as bad as we think. It might be in good shape. They're 7-9 now, so I mean by no means are they one of the worst teams in the league just yet. I just think long term, only really having Kevin Durant as your guy might hurt them. But if Ben can step up, that'd be great for them. The Sacramento Kings continue to roll over the San Antonio Spurs 130 to 112. For the Spurs, Devin Vassell is having a really good year. He had 29 points, shot 11 and 19 from the field, 4 and 9 from three. This is what I think a lot of people really were I wouldn't even say a lot of people were expecting this out of him, but I was hearing how good of a player he was and everything, and I felt like I never really saw it. Now that he's getting an opportunity, he's not disappointing. I mean, granted, it's on a bad team, but nonetheless, he looks really, really good. Keita Bates-Diop had 16, Jakob Poeltl with 10, 7, and 4, and 1 block. Trey Jones with 15. Just the young Spurs team that they're going to be hot some nights and they're going to make you work for a win, and other nights you're going to be able to win pretty easily. And for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox continues his good season up to this point. He had 28 points, 8 assists. I think we might be needing to have a De'Aaron Fox for an All-Star game conversation, but I don't know because there's a lot of good guards in the West, and I don't know how well that will actually work out for him. but nonetheless, he's playing really good, and I've enjoyed watching him play. Sabonis was 16-8. Harrison Barnes was 16-8 as well. Really like that. Really like that Harrison Barnes is starting to get going for them. 4-7 from the field, so a good night there. Malik Monk off the bench is the story, though. He had 26, 4, and 2. He shot 11 and 19 and 4 of 9 from three. This is why they brought him on, to be this firepower off the bench. And I'm really glad to see that. Hopefully he can keep it going. Kevin Herter had a good year for them. He had a quiet night last night. But that's why they bring those two guys in, be some instant offense for us when we need you to, but also be able to play alongside Sabonis and Fox. And I think they're doing pretty well. I think they're really starting to get the hang of it now. They're 8-6. They've won several in a row. I love the vibes in Sacramento right now. And the last game last night, the Clippers won 96-91 over the Detroit Pistons. For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard was back last night. He played, he started. He had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, only 24 minutes of action, 2 of 8 from the field. I guess I'll let it slide. He hasn't played in a couple weeks. But come on, Kawhi. Marcus Morris Sr., he had 16 and 6. Ivica Zubac had 9 points and 18 rebounds. Paul George only was 16. And Reggie Jackson, 23, 3 and 3. This is really like his first good game of the season. If you've watched that trade video that just came out, if not, go check it out. I mentioned Reggie Jackson, how he's had an off year, and I think that if they lose him, they could bring in a better piece and be just fine, and maybe this is a good sign that he's going to figure out a way. But at the same time, if he's having a good night and your 2 other guys aren't, I don't know how good that's going to be either. So I'm interested to see what happens there in LA. But a good night for Reggie Jackson nonetheless. And for the Pistons, Bogdanovich continues to play solid. He had 26, 3, 3, and 2 steals, 10 of 18 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point line. I think this guy should be on every NBA team's radar. Circle his name, and underline it 5 times because that's how bad you should try to go after him. Jaden Ivey really starting to get into his own now. He had 18, 4, and 5. No Cade Cunningham last night. No big deal. No Isaiah Stewart. He's out for a while. So just, a young team playing against a better team on the road, but I don't think the Pistons are the worst team in the league. I am disappointed that they're 3-13. Really thought they were going to be better. My disappointment of the NBA season right now. Lots of games to get into here tonight, so we'll get right into it. At 7:00, the Miami Heat take on the Washington Wizards. Miami Heat are 7-8. Washington Wizards are 8-7. I think this is going to be a tough one. Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, their last game, only shot a combined 17 times. So I expect Jimmy Butler to come out aggressive, but I'm going to go with the Wizards at home. I'm not going to adapt too much because every time I try to say something good about the Wizards, they lose. So give me the Wizards. 7:30, the Hornets take on the Cavaliers. I think the Hornets should blow things up. I think, we're finally starting to see Gordon Hayward's and some trade rumors. Teams are interested. Terry Rozier, I think, will be on some guys' radar. Even maybe PJ Washington if they're willing to part ways there. So I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They need this win. They've lost 5 in a row. They're 8-6. They need this win bad. 7:30, the Milwaukee Bucks take on the Philadelphia 76ers. This will be a good game. It's on ESPN. If anything, check this game out tonight. I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks, though, on the road. I just can't confidently pick the Philadelphia 76ers a lot of the time anymore because you never know exactly what you're going to get. And the Bucks are the second best team in basketball right now. 8:00, the Chicago Bulls host the Magic. I don't like the vibes in Chicago right now. I think we're really trying to figure out what to do, how to, see something different other than just Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan trying to go crazy from the mid-range and three-point line, respectively. So I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic on the road. This Magic team could beat anybody. I think they have versatile wing defenders to be able to try to make things difficult for DeMar and Zach LaVine. At 8:00 as well, the Houston Rockets hosting Indiana Pacers. The Rockets are the worst team in basketball. Had a phenomenal night the other night against the Dallas Mavericks, had 19 team blocks. But I think in Miles Turner, the Mavericks don't really have a true big like Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner will help, slow down that defensive momentum for the Houston Rockets. So give me the Indiana Pacers at 8:30. Speaking of the Mavericks, they host the Denver Nuggets. I really would love to see the Mavericks come on top here. I know Nikola Jokic did not play their last game. I would assume he's playing tonight. Luka Doncic had a rest the other night as well. So I think a fresh Luka, a fresh Jokic, this could be a very, very fun game. Give me the Mavericks at home. At 8 o'clock, I missed this. I skipped over this one. Excuse me. The Thunder go to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. If I'm Shea, as well as I'm playing, I think this is an important game for me. I think I have this one circled, and going up against Ja, I'm like, I'm going to prove I'm better than him. And I think we have the potential to see two very young, exciting point guards battle. So I'm excited to see that. Give me Shea pulling out the win on the road, though, against the Memphis Grizzlies. At 8:30, the Celtics take on the Pelicans. I'm going to take the Celtics. Celtics are the best team in the league right now. They're just so scary. At 9 o'clock, the Suns take on the Utah Jazz at home. The Jazz are at home. I'm going to take the Jazz at home. I think they've lost several in a row. I don't think they're quite ready to give up on this fun year up to this point. So give me the Utah Jazz. At 10 o'clock, the Warriors host the New York Knicks. I'm actually going to go with the Knicks here. I think we have a big night from Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle both. RJ Barrett's been disappointing, but maybe he finds a way to get things going with the focus being on Brunson and Randle so much. And finally, at 10:30, the 3-13 Pistons take on the 3-10 Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if LeBron is playing tonight or not, but I want to go with the Pistons. I have some, ifs about it because they're so young. But give me the Pistons on the road in LA. I think they lost last night. They want to get at least one of these wins before they have to completely, entirely give up on this season and trade a guy like Bogdanovich. So I will go with the Pistons there. But like I said, we have a ton of content coming your way. Check out all these videos this week. Tell some friends. Let's get the subscribers up to 150 before the new year. Maybe we get a little jersey giveaway going. We appreciate you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.